Hey, and welcome back to Cooking with Ro. It's September now, and things are starting to pick up. Some are going back to school or their routines and trying to figure it all out in the middle of a tricky time. So for this week's video, I figured I'll share with you my recipe for a budget-friendly pasta I would make back during my broke college student days. You can be economical without having to sacrifice for flavor. To start, pick any pasta of your choosing. For today, I'm using tagliatelle. Next, load up on spinach. You're gonna need a lot more of it than you think since it shrinks and wilts as you cook it. Next, our classic salt and pepper. Most of you will have this already in your pantry. Following that, you're gonna use some garlic. I usually like to use 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. And lastly, tomatoes. You can use 1 large vine tomato or several small cherry tomatoes. First, we're going to crush and mince our cloves of garlic. I roughly consider using 2 to 3 cloves, but of course you can add or subtract based on your taste level. If you're cooking for more than 1 person, maybe add a clove per person. Additionally to the 2 to 3 cloves as a base recipe. As I mentioned in the intro of this video, this is a recipe I concocted when I was a broke college student and mixed together whatever ingredients I had at hand that felt would combine well. There's iron in the spinach, which is a great addition to your diet if you're a sleep-deprived student or a busy individual who runs slightly anemic. Not to mention garlic, that calorie per calorie is incredibly nutritious. It contains manganese, vitamin B6, vitamin C, selenium, and decent amounts of various other nutrients. Now we're going to dice our tomatoes. If you have cherry tomatoes, just slice them down the center. And if you have a larger tomato, dice it into smaller bite-sized pieces. Tomatoes are the major dietary source of the antioxidant lycopene, which has been linked to many health benefits, including a reduced risk of heart disease and cancer. They're also a great source of vitamin C, potassium, folate, and vitamin K. Also, it's worth mentioning that this pasta-based dish pairs really well with grilled chicken or shrimp. Now it's time to heat up our pan to medium heat and douse some cooking oil on top. Keep in mind that while we're sauteing our vegetables here, we're going to be cooking our pasta in a pot beside us. To start, we're going to saute the garlic first and let that saute for a little bit. Once we see that our garlic has been toasting, we're going to add our sliced tomatoes. After we've added in our tomatoes, we're going to add in our spinach. Keep in mind that spinach shrinks significantly once it's cooked, so be sure to add a lot more than you anticipate. Once our vegetables are fully sauteed, just add in some salt and pepper. And voila, there you have it. Easy and cheap college pasta. It won't break the bank, and it won't make your taste buds cry either. At this stage, I like to add some garnishes, like for example, some shredded Parmesan cheese, or you can also pair it with chicken and shrimp. This concludes today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. If you want to engage more, see behind the scenes, or my other artistic endeavors, find me on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Alquatica. See you next time. Ciao.